Okay, the first thing you need to ask yourself before you do volumes of prisms is, do you know what a prism is? Well, a prism is a shape that stays the same all the way through it. You can cut it at any point, and the end here, which we call the cross section, will be the same if you cut it in half here. If we look at another one, we've got a triangular one here. If we cut it here, and we've got one that's a trapezium. If we cut it there, it will look like a trapezium, and a cylinder. If we cut it here, it will still look like a circle right in the middle of the shape. Okay, a common shape that isn't a prism, that appears as a 3D shape, is a pyramid. A pyramid tapers. Because it tapers, it's therefore not a prism. Now, the crucial formula for all prisms, okay, the crucial formula is that it's the area of the cross section times by the length or height of the shape will give you the volume. So if we look at a cuboid like this, we're very much used to working out the volume of a cuboid by just multiplying all three things here together. Okay, now we don't want to just multiply all these three things together. Of course, ultimately that will give us the answer. Let's really examine what's going on here. We want the area of the cross section first. The area of the cross section is 5 times 6, which is 30. And then we want to multiply that by how far back we go, which is 8. So it's 30 times 8 will be our answer. And we don't really need a calculator for that, but we'll type that into our calculator and we would get 240 centimeters cubed. Don't forget the units. Let's look at the next one. Here we have a triangle for the front part. Now the area of a triangle is height times base divided by 2. People tend to forget the divided by 2 part. So that is 4 times 8 divided by 2, which is 32 divided by 2, which is 16. So this bit here is 16. And therefore we then go back 10. So it's 16 times 10. So that's the area of the cross section times how long it is, which is 10. And we get 160 centimeters cubed. Let's look at a trapezium. Okay, a trapezium-based prism. The formula for a trapezium, you must identify the parallel sides, which are here and here, and it's A plus B divided by 2, the average of those parallel sides, times by the perpendicular height. So what we end up having is a 6 add 10 divided by 2 times by how high it is, which is 4. So that's 16 divided by 2, which is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. So this part here is 32, and we're going back 8 centimeters. So we need to do 32 times 8. And 32 times 8 gives us 256 centimeters squared. And then we've got our very last one here. We need to find the area of the cross section. The cross section here happens to be a circular because it's a cylinder. Radius is 8. Pi r squared gives us the area of a circle. R in this case is 8. So therefore it is 8 squared times by pi. That is the area of the circle. And if we were doing it in terms of pi, that would be equal to 64 pi. And then what we would have to do is times by 12, because that's how long it is. And we would end up with 64 times 12, which is 768 pi centimeters squared. Sorry, cubed. Okay. And of course, if we were writing that as a proper number, we use our calculators. 768 pi times 768, which equals 2,412.74 centimeters cubed. hope you can just see that just at the end there. So, just going through 4 different prisms and their volumes.